Hi guys, it's Coffee Freelancer here bringing you strategies, motivation, and information for your freelancing journey. In case you're new to the channel, my name is Chris and I've been working the gig economy for 2 years, reselling on eBay and Facebook Marketplace for 1 year, and here on YouTube for about 4 months. I'm also getting my real estate license and a musician and all-around freelancer here in the area where I live. Now, today I'm bringing you the motivational side of things where I give you 5 books to beat it in business. Enjoy. Alright, so some of you just need to shut this TV off like I'm doing right here. Shut your phone off, shut your social media off for a while and read a book. And why? Because, well, motivation and knowledge are, two of the ingredients you really need for any sort of success in the business world. And a lot of you won't turn off the television or social media long enough to read a book. And it has been said that your guys like Bill Gates, he reads about 50 books a year. Like Mark Zuckerberg reads at least 1 book every other week. And your guys like Warren Buffett read, up to 50 to 100 books a year, things like that. And of course, there's so many different articles on that, it's hard to know if how many they did actually read. You have like a preacher like Charles Spurgeon was said to read about 5 to 10 books a week. Now, that is a lot of reading, but nevertheless, even if that's not what you're into, you have to admit that these guys were very successful and they read a lot. The people that are successful read a ton, and it is said that Bill Gates even has his own mnemonics that he works through to remember all the information that he reads. So I would suggest doing some research on mnemonics and remembering and retaining the information as well. So anyway, let's get started with the 5 books that I have for you. And the first one today is called Chess Thinking. And it is by Bruce Pandolfini. And this is just your basic book about the rules and strategies of chess. And even if you are not a chess player, I highly recommend getting that thought process in your brain of thinking several steps ahead. It will help you in every aspect of your life. I was reading a completely separate book called Blue Like Jazz, and you can Google that and check it out if you want to. But the author in that book was talking about in his business life as a writer and other things that he was trying to do. Once he started learning how to play chess and applying that to his daily life, he started to see some more success. So again, Chess Thinking, Bruce Pandolfini, check it out. Now this book, The Magic of Thinking Big, number 2. It's by David Schwartz, PhD, and he's regarded as one of the foremost experts in motivation. And this book has really helped me as far as just pushing myself to get started earlier in the day, use my time more wisely, and just overall just keeping going when you're starting to run out of fuel and you're not sure what to do. Now, the third book I have for you today is not a business book. It's called the Cigar Companion, and it is the Connoisseur's Guide, it says. And this is a book I'm reading. It has several different authors on here. The main author is Anwar Beatty. But anyway, the reason why I'm suggesting this is I've heard from a lot of people, and I've noticed for myself that reading about something that I'm just interested in that has nothing to do with business or motivation or anything else will inspire different thought patterns, different lines of thinking in your brain, and that will spawn new ideas for motivation. And when you're out being an entrepreneur, you're constantly needing new ideas, and sometimes you get stuck if you only read about one subject. So it helps just to clear your mind and read about something completely different. And of course, this one's about cigars. Now, the other two books I only had on audiobook, so I'll try to snap photos of these so I can still show you the covers, but I don't actually own hard copies because I read them, like I said, on audio. Pardon me, not audio, but I read them on my phone. So, at any rate, the number 4 is 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, and I'm sure you've heard of this if you have any interest in business at all whatsoever. I'm sure it's been recommended by a lot of people, but I had to include it on my first top 5 list here because it's all about just efficiency, making the most out of every moment you have to get things done, and just being the best steward of your time you possibly can. Now, obviously, you're literally not going to work a 4-hour work week, but the concept is trying to fit as much quality work into as small amount of time period as you can. That way you can utilize your best asset, which is time. And if you want to know more about that book by Timothy Ferriss, you can Google it, check it out. I highly recommend it. Number 5 is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I highly recommend this book. It briefly talks about 2 different dads, one who does what he's supposed to his whole life. He has the regular job with the 401k, never takes any risks or never really ventures out of his little box. And the other guy who takes risks, expands, invests his money and his time, and grows it exponentially. And that's really the only summary I'll give you. I know that Google's a big thing nowadays, and if you're interested, just continue to look that up. So at any rate, this is my first installment of Financial Fridays. So I'm going to be doing this every Friday, and I thought this would be a great first intro for that. And that's all I have for you guys today. So get to reading and keep on freelancing and enjoy that coffee.